Hi, greetings from Raghavendra Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Autonomous, Anantapur. Myself, Naresh Babu, working as JRF in DST SHARE project in Molecular Modeling and Drug Discovery Division, Raipur. Now I am going to give demo on Schrodinger Quick Probe. So this Schrodinger software is funded by DST SHARE project. So before entering into demo on Schrodinger software, first we can see the advantages of Quick Probe. So Quick Probe is a rapid ADME predictions of drug candidates. So here ADME is indicating absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. So while seeing the advantages of ADME properties prediction. So nearly 40% of drug candidates fail in clinical trials due to poor ADME, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion properties. So most of the 40% of drugs are going to fail in these clinical trials due to this poor ADME. So these late stage failures contribute significantly to the rapidly escalating cost of new drug development. So increasing completely the cost is increasing, we can observe due to the last stage failure in the clinical trials, in the new drug development. So the ability to detect problematic candidates early can dramatically reduce the amount of wasted time and resources and streamline the overall development process. So this completely increasing the streamline and the overall development process is increasing by before predicting in the clinical trials of these properties. And this accurate prediction of ADME properties prior to expensive chemical procedures such as high throughput screening can eliminate unnecessarily testing on compounds that will ultimately fail. And this ADME prediction can also be used to focus lead optimization efforts to enhance the desired properties of a given compound. So in the lead optimization effort also, this ADME prediction is more helpful to find out the desired properties of the given compounds. And finally, by incorporating these ADME predictions as a part of the development process can generate lead compounds that are more likely to exhibit satisfactory ADME performance during clinical trials. So during clinical trials, the satisfactory ADME performance we can get by incorporating this ADME predictions in the development process itself. So this Quick Probe predicts the widest variety of pharmaceutical relevant properties by using this Schrodinger software. So wide range of predicted properties we can observe. So like some properties we are going to find out by using this Schrodinger Quick Probe, that is octanol water and water gas log PS and log S indicating the solubility, log BB blood brain barrier permeability, overall CNS activity, CACO2, that is CACO2 is nothing but it is a human colon epithelial cancer cell line. So it is used as a model of human intestinal absorption of drugs, this CACO2. And MDCK cell permeability, this MDCK is indicating that Madin Darby canine kidney cells cell permeability, and log KHA, that is HASA, is indicating that human serum albumin binding, and log IC50 and HERG potassium channel blockade. So here HERG is indicating that human ether agogo related gene. So that decisions about a molecule suitability can be made based on thorough analysis of all these different physico-chemical properties of ADME, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion, before entering the compounds into the clinical trials. So now we can see how we can predict these different properties of the compounds by using this Schrodinger Quick Probe software. This is the Mastro window. So first of all, whenever we are doing any work in this Schrodinger software, first of all we need to create one folder, working folder, and we should choose that working folder. So already I created one folder in the desktop, that is by giving the name of demo. So now I am selecting that folder by going into this file and change working directory. So by clicking this, so we can select the folder which was created on the desktop or wherever you created the file. So I created a file that is with the name demo. So that demo I am clicking and I am choosing that folder. Now before entering into this property prediction, first we need to create one project. So I am making a new project. So in that folder, so desktop demo folder, so I am creating this project file by giving the name quick prop. So we are doing the properties prediction, that is ADME, so that's why I am giving the project name quick prop. So by giving of this name, so if you observe the top side, the Mastro quick prop project, so the scratch file project, it is converting into quick prop. Now completely whatever the work we are doing, it is going to save in this project file. So to make the prediction of these ADME properties, we need to incorporate the compound structures into this Mastro window. So already I created some documents or structures of MOL file or SDF file. So we can give input in this Mastro window in the form of SDF structure data format or MOL form. We can upload our structures. So I am uploading the structures from the file import structures. So already in that folder I created 3 drugs in SDF file, in SDF format, structured data format, aspirin, ibuprofen and paracetamol. I am selecting all these 3 drugs and just I am clicking open. So by clicking this, all the drugs came into this window. So aspirin, ibuprofen and paracetamol. So by clicking individually each drug, we can see the structure of the compound. So by rotating, we can easily find the 3D structure of the compound. So you can observe the ibuprofen, it is a 3D structure of ibuprofen. So now I am going to make a properties of for these 3 compounds. So for that I am selecting all these compounds in this left side, selection of these 3 compounds, and to make that quick prop, so I am selecting that application from this taskbar. So quick prop, otherwise you can make search of quick prop, it is in the other applications it is present, and click that quick prop. So it will show a small window, this type of window. So here it is asking use structures from. So by clicking this, so workspace included entries. So in the workspace already we selected the 3 compounds we selected. So we can select this workspace and simply run this command. So by selection of compounds, just click this run without changing of any these things. So by clicking this run, it is going to make a prediction of all these properties for those 3 compounds. So now the job is running, representing this in green color. So after completion, this green color is going to end. So here we can observe the running of the prediction or properties are going to generating for the compounds, for the 3 compounds. So after completion, there is no green color and we can observe the output came for the quick prop out for the 3 compounds ibuprofen, aspirin and paracetamol. So we can see the properties, all these ADME properties what calculated by using the this software. So by clicking this table window. So is the table window. So here we can see the given entry ID, the compounds are there and at which date we given, and after moving this one, so you can see stars, amine, amidin, acid, amide, rotar. So all these are different ADME properties you can observe. So all these calculated for these 3 compounds. So now we can see each one by one property and what is its importance and what is the range of these properties we can observe. So for that I taken the quick prop manual. So to compare these all the things. So in this we can observe, property or descriptor and what is the description of that particular descriptor and what is the range or recommended value for that descriptor. So first is the stars. So stars, so here you can observe this property stars. So this stars is indicating that number of property or descriptor values that fall outside the 95% range of similar values. So this point. So 95% is, that is outside the 95% of range. 0 to 5 it is giving the recommendation value or ranges we can observe. So that is 0 to 5. So for known drugs, so outlying descriptors and predicted properties are denoted with the asterisks. So a large number of stars suggest that a molecule is less drug-like than molecule. So if the number is increasing, so here we can observe the aspirin is having 1 and this ibuprofen having 0 and paracetamol is 0. So if the number is increasing, so the drug is not having drug-like properties. So the following properties and descriptors are included in the determination of stars, that is molecular weight, dipole, IP, EA, SASA, FOSA, FISA. So all these properties are taken for the calculation of these stars. And next is amine. So see here amine. So this amine is nothing but number of non-conjugated amine groups. So it should be present the range given, that is 0 to 1. So for our compounds all are 0, we can observe non-conjugated amine is not present in all these 3 compounds. Next amidine, the number of amidine or guanidine groups, so 0 should be present. So all the compounds are having 0 only. And then acid, number of carboxylic acid groups, how many acid groups are present? In ibuprofen 1 acid group is there, aspirin 1 acid group is there, paracetamol we cannot observe any carboxylic acid group. 0 to 1 should be present for drug like property. More than 1 is present means it will going to not obeying this property. And then amide, so this one amide, so amide, that is number of non-conjugated amide groups, it should also present 0 to 1. So here in our compounds there is no amide, that is non-conjugated amide is present. So I am moving this to next further properties. And next is the rotar. So this rotar, so indicating that number of rotational bonds. So in the ibuprofen we can observe the 4 rotational bonds, aspirin 2 and paracetamol 2. And next RTVFG, that is number of reactive functional groups are present. How many reactive functional groups are present in the compound? So in the ibuprofen 0 and aspirin 1 and paracetamol 0 reactive functional groups. And CNS, and next is CNS, that is a predicted central nervous system activity. So it should be present -2, that is inactive, and to +2 it is indicating active. So the compound showing that ibuprofen is -1, aspirin is -1 and paracetamol is 0 value is given for CNS activity. And next it is molecular weight. So 206 is the ibuprofen molecular weight and 180 aspirin and paracetamol 151. And next dipole. So it is this dipole, it is a computed dipole moment of the molecule. It should be present from between 1.0 to 12.5. So it should be present in this range, should be present as a drug like molecule. So dipole, it is 1.9, it is there, 2.124 and 3.889. So in the case of molecular weight, I forgot to tell that the molecular weight should be present from 130 to 725. So it is the maximum acceptable limit of the molecular weight of the compound. And next is the SASA, that is a total solvent accessible surface area. So solvent accessible surface area. So in square angstroms it is representing, it should be present from 300 to 1000. So all our compounds are within the limit only we can observe. And next FOSA, FOSA, it is a hydrophobic component of the SASA, that is should be present from 0 to 750. So within the limit all the drugs are having. And FISA, that is a hydrophilic component of SASA, 7 to 330. So in the limit only all the compounds are having. And PISA, that is a pi carbon attached hydrogen component of the SASA, that is indicating from 0 to 450. So all the compounds are having within the range only. And coming to next descriptor, that is a WPSA, that is weakly polar component of the SASA, that is halogens, phosphorus and sulfur. So it is going to present 0 to 175. So in our compounds we cannot observe any this halogen, phosphorus and sulfur, that's why the WPSA is 0 we can observe here. And volume, that is the total solvent accessible volume. In cubic angstroms, using a probe with 1.4 angstrom radius, it should be present 500 to 2000. So all these compounds are having the same within the range only we can observe 779, 599, 565. And next is the donor HB. It is indicating that a number of hydrogen bond donors are present in the compound. So it is acceptable is 0 to 6. So number of donors are present in ibuprofen is 1 and aspirin is 1 and paracetamol 2 hydrogen bond donors are present. And seeing the other properties, and hydrogen bond accept HB, hydrogen bond acceptors. So estimated number of hydrogen bond acceptors, it should be present 2 to 20. So in our compound ibuprofen is present hydrogen bond acceptors 2, and in the case of aspirin 4.5 and paracetamol 3.25. And next is DIP 2 by V, that is indicating that square of the dipole moment divided by molecular volume, which is present 0 to 0.13. So all the compounds are having within the limit only we can observe 0 to 0.13. And next is the AC into DN dot 5 by SA. It is a nothing but a index of cohesive interactions in solid. So this parameter is giving the cohesive interactions in the solid. So by using this formula, so it should be having the range 0 to 0.05. So you can observe in our compounds also having within the limit only. So 0.04, 0.011 and 0.012 for the ibuprofen, aspirin and paracetamol respectively you can observe. And next parameter is G lob. So it is nothing but a globularity descriptor. So by using this formula, so where R is indicating the radius of the sphere with a volume equal to the molecular volume. So it should be present in the range 0.75 to 0.95. So the compounds are having within the range only you can observe. So 0.87, 0.91, 0.89 in the case of these three compounds. And next QP polarizable, that is predicted polarizability in cubic angstroms. So it should be present from 13 to 70. The range is present for polarizability is 13 to 70. All the compounds are within the range you can observe. And next Q log PC16 predicted hexadecane gas partition coefficient. So it should be present between 4 to 18. So the compounds are having in the same range only. And QP log P oct, that is octanol gas partition coefficient, it should be present, the range should be present 8 to 35. So octanol, that is octanol gas. And next is PW, so it is a water gas partition coefficient PW, that is 4 to 45 should be present. And octanol in water partition coefficient, so from it should be present 2 to 6.5. So just moving this one to know the remaining properties. So minus 2 to 6.5 is going to accepting in the Q, that is P water octanol water partition coefficient. So here it is the parameters given, the K, octanol water 3.499 for ibuprofen, aspirin 1.189 and 0.512 we can observe for the paracetamol. And the next parameter is the QP log S. It is indicating the aqueous solubility. It should be present from minus 6.5 to 0.5. So the compounds are having within the range only minus 3.7, minus 1.7 and minus 1.0. And next is the CIQ P log S. So it is the conformational independent predicted aqueous solubility. So it should have the limit from range from minus 6.5 to 0.5. So this one CIQ log PS. And next is the QP log HERG. So predicted IC50 value. IC50 value for blockade of HERG potassium channels. So as I told that HERG is nothing but human ether ego related gene. So this potassium channel is essential for the normal electrical activity in the heart. So it should be below minus 5 should be present. So the QP log HERG, so you can observe that all the compounds are having below minus 5 we can observe. And next property, that is QPP CACO. And so here the property, so it is present should be not less than 25 poor, and greater than 500 is great, we can observe. So 335 and 171 and 847 we can observe. So great we can observe for the paracetamol. So this is a predicted apparent Kakoto cell permeability in nanomolar per second. And next is the blood-brain barrier partition coefficient QP log BB. So these are the values you can observe. And next is the QPP MDCK. It is a apparent MDCK cell permeability in nanometer per second. So here MDCK, as I told, that is Madin Darby canine kidney cells. So in that permeability, less than the range is less than 25 poor and greater than 500 is great, as like Kako. And next is the QP log KP. It is a skin permeability. Skin permeability. The range for the skin permeability of these drugs from ranging is -8 to -1. So always it is indicating in the minus values only. From -8 to -1, the compounds are having -2, -3 and -2.8 we can observe in the predicted values. And next is the IPEV. So here IPEV is indicating that PM3 calculated ionization potential. So the range should be present 7.9 to 10.5. So here PM3 is nothing but parametric method. So PM is indicating that parametric method. So this method is a semi-empirical method for the quantum calculation of molecular electronic structure in the computational chemistry. This PM3 parametric method. And next EV, that is PM3 calculated electron affinity, that is the range should be present 0.9 to -1.7, that is EV. And next is the meta B. So it is a number of likely metabolic reactions are present. So 1 to 8 should be present range. So here for the ibuprofen 2 and aspirin 0 and for paracetamol 1. And next is the QP log KHSA, that is human serum albumin. So that is a prediction of binding to human serum albumin. So it should be present in the range from -1.5 to +1.5. So the values are here we can observe for all the three compounds. And next is the human oral absorption, that is predicted qualitative human oral absorption. 1 is indicating 1, 2, 3 we can observe. 1 is low and 2 is medium and 3 is high. So here human oral absorption for all the compounds is high, 3, 3, 3 it is came for all the three compounds. And next is percentage human oral absorption. The predicted human oral absorption we can observe from 0 to 100 scale. So greater than 80% is high and less than 25% is pure oral absorption we can observe. So for all these compounds you can observe nearly above 80 only. Sorry, one compound, that is aspirin 73, and remaining two ibuprofen and paracetamol having the greater than 80%. And next is the SEA fluorine, that is solvent accessible surface area of fluorine atoms. It should be present from 0 to 100. So here fluorine atoms are not present in these compounds, that's why the values are 0 we can observe in the predicted values. And SEA amide 0, that is solvent accessible surface area of amide oxidation system. It should be present 0 to 35. There is no amide solvent accessible here. So all the values are 0. And PSA, that is van der Waals surface area of polar nitrogen and oxygen atoms. So the range should be present 7 to 200. So for ibuprofen 46 and for aspirin 79 and for paracetamol 60. And N and O, that is the number of nitrogen and oxygen atoms. So number of nitrogen and oxygen atoms in the case of ibuprofen 2, aspirin 4, paracetamol 3. And rule of 5, next parameter. So as we know that Lipinski rule of 5, that is indicating the rules are molecular weight less than 500 should be present, and Q log P, that is the octanol water partition coefficient less than 5, and donor hydrogen bond donor should be present less than or equal to 5, and hydrogen bond acceptors less than or equal to 10. So if any compound obeying all these means it is obeying this rule of 5, and maximum is 4 it is giving for this range. So here the rule of 5 indicating that the 5 refers to the limits which are multiples of 5. So totally 4 properties only: molecular weight and octanol water partition coefficient, hydrogen bond donors, hydrogen bond acceptors, only 4 parameters. But rule of 5, that 5 is indicating the multiples of 5 for each parameter. And next is, so all these three are obeying, so there is no violation, 0 0 0. And rule of 3, so it is violations of Jorgensen's rule of 3. So the three parameters, that is QP log S, that is solubility, and QP CACO, that is colon epithelial cancer cell line, and then primary metabolites less than 7 should be present. So maximum is 3. So here we can observe the rule of 3 parameter, there is no violation of all these 3 compounds, rule of 3. And next is the ring atoms. So how many number of atoms in rings? So 6 6 6. So all these 3 compounds having only one benzene ring system, so 6 carbon atoms are present. And next is the number of atoms in 3 or 4 membered ring. So we cannot observe any 3 4 membered ring system in these 3 compounds, 0 0 0. And number of atoms in 5 or 6 membered ring, so totally 6 6 6. And then is the non-con, that is number of ring atoms not able to form a conjugated aromatic system. So we can observe here the 0 0 0 for the all these 3 compounds. And non-H at, that is number of heavy atoms. H is indicating here, the capital H is indicating heavy atoms. So in the heavy atoms are 15 in the case of ibuprofen, and in the case of aspirin 13, in the case of paracetamol 11. And the parameter, last parameter is the JM. So this JM is indicating the predicted maximum transdermal transport rate. Transdermal transport rate is it is indicating. So for ibuprofen it is 0.288, and for aspirin 5.801, and for paracetamol 5.185. So these are the different properties, ADME properties we can find out quickly and accurately before entering into the clinical trials, and we can estimate all those properties, and we can find out the lead compound from the number of compounds. So that is even the 1000 compounds also we can find out at a time, and we can screen those compounds, and we can omit the compounds which are not obeying these properties. So the selection of compounds from thousands or lakhs compounds, that is hit to lead and lead optimization. So in these cases completely this KickProp software is more helpful. So I hope you may understand this video. Thank you one and all for giving this opportunity. And also I thank Riper Management for providing this wonderful opportunity.